Hey y'all, welcome back. I know it's been forever and I have a ton to catch you guys up on, but that's for another video. Right now, I'm just gonna do my makeup. I moisturized my face with my shea butter and it's the white kind. I think I got this one from Sally's because I couldn't find a beauty supply, like a normal one in Amherst. And then I'm using my normal e.l.f. brow pencil in taupe. I love this one. It's not too waxy. It doesn't move once I put it on, and it's only $2, so that's great. I'm sorry about the lighting in this video, you guys. I film on my phone, so I can't really control like the focus as much, but I try and keep it in focus as much as I can. Next, I'm just taking my Vaseline and putting it on my lips because, you know, this cold weather, the snow and everything has my skin so dry, and especially my lips. I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Natural. This is my new favorite shade. I'm taking it on the back of my hand and taking a flat shader brush to carve out the bottom of my brows, as usual. Of course, I'm bringing that all the way down my lids to cover up the purple veiny mess that is my eyelids. And I'm going to blend that out with a beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge. This one's dry just because I'm too lazy to go all the way down the hall to the bathroom, even though it's like right across from my room. I want it. So, yeah, we're going to be blending with a dry beauty blender. Next, I'm taking my Maybelline Great Lash mascara, and this is a clear one to set my brows. A lot of times I forget to set my brows, but this time I remembered, so that was great. Then I'm taking my Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Keep It Peachy. This is one of my favorite shades on my eyes and transition shades. It reminds me a lot of like the beigey transition shade in the Carly Bible Deluxe palette that I love, but I'm almost out of. So this blush is a great dupe for that. I love this on the eyes just by itself, but it also goes well with like basically everything. And so I'm taking my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit shadow in Shells and Whistle. It looks kind of like a bronze in the container, but it comes off like gold on the lid. So here I couldn't decide if I wanted to do like a cut crease type look or a more diffused blown out. So I ended up blending it out, and then I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye, of course. I like to layer these liquid shadows because you get more of like the wet metallic look, and these are phenomenal. They're super cheap. I believe they're like $4 or something, and I have like 4 colors, and I'm trying to get more, but not a lot of stores have them. But if you see them, grab them because they're incredible. So here I'm just adding the other layer, blending it out. I forgot to record me doing my liner, but you can see here that I'm cleaning it up, and I use the e.l.f. waterproof liquid liner in charcoal. I find that it's less harsh than just like a jet black on my bare skin, so I like the charcoal one. And then I just clean it up with some concealer, and then I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal, as always, in Peach Corrector to go underneath my eyes. Here you see me wiping my face. That's just to get any excess shea butter off, so it doesn't slip and slide around. And then I'm taking the shade Natural again in my LA Girl Pro Conceal to carve out the top of my brows. For this one, I just use the brush that's like comes with the concealer. Sometimes I just use that for the bottom of my brows too, but I feel like it's easier just for the top of my brows. So I'm carving those out. And then I'm gonna blend the edges with my flat buffing brush. This is from BH. I got it as part of a set. I have a million of these, but just any flat buffing brush will be great to just blend out. So I'm using that to blend out around my nose too, where I get some redness. And then I'm bouncing out the peach corrector underneath my eyes and on my chin as well. Sorry again about the lighting, guys. Next, I'm taking my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in soft beige. Love this. I've gone through so many of these foundations because I literally wear it every day. I don't like going out in the cold with no makeup on because my face turns like bright pink. So I always just wear a little bit of this foundation and I rub it in like moisturizer on a daily basis, if nothing else. But I also love it for more glam looks, clearly. So I'm buffing this out with the same flat brush, and look at that color, y'all. Just cancels out all my redness, buffs out beautifully. It's a perfect like natural finish. It's not too dewy that I can't wear it because I do have oily skin, but it's not too mattifying that I feel like it's gonna dry me out, especially in the colder weather. So yeah, basically I just love it. Yeah, buffing, making sure to get down my neck, of course. It's very important. And you see this finish, you guys? Part of the glow is from the shea butter underneath, which is also why I like using shea butter as my moisturizer. And then I'm just bouncing out with the same Real Technique sponge just to further blend everything out and pick up any extra product that may be sitting on top of the skin. And I'm going back with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Natural to conceal under my eyes, do my little triangles, and make sure to get my chin, the sides of my nose, in between my brows, and just a tiny bit on my forehead. And I'm going to be blending this out with the same dry beauty sponge. Guys, don't judge me, okay? Please wet your sponges. They'll work better. But if you're too lazy, like a dry sponge is not the end of the world. As you can see here, I still look blended, okay? I like to blend out the edges of my concealer first, and then I move my way inward. I make sure to get my concealer all the way right up to that wing and into the inner corner as well, because I tend to have a lot of darkness there. Next, I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in number 10 Light, dusting it off on the lid, and then setting my under eyes with it. Here I just had a piece of fuzz, but you can see the difference it makes, how smooth it just makes my under eye. So I love this powder. It's my favorite one. I like it better than my Coty Airspun, which is my holy grail for years and years. So I'm just setting my forehead, chin, around my mouth, anywhere where I would get oily. Then I'm just blending a little bit more of that blush into the crease, and I'm taking my Kiss Drip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. This is a trick I learned from Beats by Deb on Instagram. First, I apply the glue to my lashes, and then I apply it on top of my liner on my lash line, and then I apply mascara. And by the time that's all done, the glue on the actual lash will be tacky, and you can just pop it on, and the double glue will keep them on for so much longer. I love this trick, especially when it's windy out or I get like watery eyes when it's cold out, and I find that my lashes stay on so much better when I do 2 layers of lash glue. So shout out to Beats by Deb, because I definitely stole this from her. I'm obsessed with these lashes. They're huge. I believe they're 25 millimeters. They're from AliExpress. I'll link them down below. I am obsessed with them, obviously. And I also find that it's a lot easier to get your lashes on when there's already glue on your lid. Alright, next I'm taking my e.l.f. bronzer palette in Bronze Beauty, I believe. And I'm using a big fluffy brush because I didn't want to be too chiseled. I just wanted to, you know, be bronzed and slightly more sculpted. So I'm making sure to get my forehead, of course. My forehead is the most important part for me to contour, in my opinion, because the bitch is huge. And yeah, getting my cheekbones underneath the jawline. Gotta get that double chin. I've gained about 10 pounds this semester, so that double chin is coming in real good. It's mostly been muscle, but it's all going to my face. And then I'm taking this small blending brush to take the darkest bronzer shade underneath my lower lip. Then I'm taking the lightest shade on top of my upper lip to contour my lips. Y'all know I love to do this. Makes them look much more plump and juicy. And then I'm taking the light shade again to contour my nose. It looks a little harsh right now, but just give it a sec. Contour down the sides, underneath the tip, and over the bridge as well. Then I'm taking my beauty blender. I'm sorry, I keep saying beauty blender. Blending sponge and just going over all of that. And then that's my roommate Amelia. Shout out Amelia. And then I'm using the same Wet n Wild blush on my cheeks. Look how beautiful this color is, you guys. It's like the perfect coral, peachy, orange, pink. Like, I don't know, I love it. Putting a little bit on my forehead, nose, and chin just to balance everything out. And then taking that on another small blending brush to go underneath my eyes for the bottom shadow. I don't know why, but this look, like, I'm obsessed with it, with the orange on the bottom and the gold on the top. Like, something about it is just, I love it. So then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. I really wish they still made these because it's, to this day, my favorite thing ever. But I'm taking the second highlighter shade and just going on my cheekbones, chin, Cupid's bow, top of the brows, more on the cheeks, of course. Look how beautiful this is. Then I'm taking a smaller brush to go down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, underneath my brow bone, and in the inner corner. Next, I'm taking my mascara, Maybelline The Rocket, and going on my lower lash line just a little bit of mascara. I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want it to be dark. I wanted to keep the color on the lower lash vibrant, but I still wanted a little more definition. And then I'm taking my Jordana Easy Liner in Rock and Rose. Love this lip liner. It's my go-to. And just overlining a tad bit as always. Then blending this out with my finger so there aren't any harsh lines. And I'm taking my Revlon Color Burst Lip Butter in Juicy Papaya. This is a gorgeous coral shade. And then my hair is a hot mess, as you guys can see. I've been growing it out and trying to go natural. You can see my curls coming in at the roots, and then the rest of my hair is just a mess. So here I am trying to pick up the straightest pieces so that I can pull them back. And then show the curlier pieces underneath, but it didn't really work. It was just like really a hot mess. So yeah, you see me here trying to finesse it, and it was just like not happening. You can see my hairline. I have like bald spots in my baby hairs. Well, it's not really bald spots, but they're just like white hairs. So I take this ashy brown shade, also from the Carly Bible palette, but it can be any shade, and then a fluffy brush, and just put that all in my hairline and bald spots. And that also helps my forehead to look a little smaller. So you see here, I'm trying to braid it. I'm thinking maybe that'll make it look better if I braid it and put it in a little top bun. And I wasn't feeling that, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it. My face looks good enough. Maybe nobody will notice my hair, right? But that's the end of the look. Here are a couple videos from the night. I literally didn't take any pictures because I ran out the door after that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll be coming back real soon. All right, bye. Love y'all.